Hi, this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am coming to you today with a follow-up on the Fast to Fabulous album that I'm putting together for my father's celebration of life. Just wanted to get back to you on that and let you know how that is progressing or how it has progressed. I have everything but the journaling done in this album, and I am saving that. I feel like it's kind of personal, so I don't really want to include that on a video that's out there for everyone in the world to see. But I did want to show you the layouts and explain to you a little bit about what I did on each page, just to accentuate my photos, so you can maybe get some ideas for doing your own. To give you an idea how long it took to put this together, this is there is one set of pages in here, so not a ton of pages, but enough. And I sat down earlier this week and spent about 3 hours one afternoon, and in those 3 hours it took me about I did 9 pages, or 9 sheets, so 18 actual 12 by 12 pages within those 3 hours. And then the following day, I worked on it for another 2 hours or so, and got it all to this point. All right, so keep that in mind. That's what I love about Fast and Fabulous, is they are so quick and easy to put together. So again, this album is pre-printed. The pages are pre-printed on Creative Memories buffered pages, so you can write on this page just like you would write on a Creative Memories album page or designer paper. It's all the same finish, and it will work with all of your pens just like any other scrapbooking page Creative Memories has made or produced. This page was pre-printed with the orange designs that you see around the edge. I did add this green strip of designer paper. I added this rectangle of the leaves. This is again from the Hello Autumn collection that we had a while back. And so everything that I used, all the papers and embellishments, came from the Hello Autumn collection, unless it was cardstock. And I don't think I added any cardstock to this one. So these leaves are the beautiful embellishments that came with this collection. Well, they're sold separately, but they were a part of the collection. These 3 are just glued down. The two that are, these 2 are popped up with foam squares, just to give a little dimension. It's hard to see on the page, so I'm going to let you know when I've popped something up with foam squares so that you know. This was the cover of the program for the service, and this is my dad. And so as we turn the page, we go into another pre-printed page. All of the designs that you see, and the wood grain, the green stripe here, and this polka dot pattern, those are printed on the page. I did add this green leaf designer paper behind the opened program of the service. These are pictures of the cemetery where he's buried. This is the back of the program. So the back of this page, I put over here. My dad loved baseball. It was his passion in life, one of them. I did add these 2 leaves. They are popped up with foam squares. And I added this, which is a portion of a mat that goes with this collection, along with this centerpiece, which I cut using our custom cutting system and popped up with foam squares to give a little dimension on this page. Moving on, these 2 photos are matted with the mats that go along with this collection. I didn't have to cut those. They were already cut and a part of the collection. Then I added these 2 leaves, and these 2 leaves, they are both, or all 4, popped up with foam squares. Otherwise, everything on this page, if it's not a photograph, was already on this page. I just love these red leaves. They're just so pretty. But anyway, that was already pre-printed and on that page. This page, the stripe, the wood grain, and this kind of mottled cementy looking pattern up here on top, those were pre-printed on the page. I added stickers here that went with the collection. I added the apple stickers. Those are popped up with foam squares, as well as the "Let Our Hearts Be Full of Thanks" is also popped up with foam squares here in the middle. Everything else on this page is a photograph. All right, here's where it gets fun and interesting. So this is a mat that is sold in our mat pack. There will be a photograph that goes on here. I just haven't been able to get that printed just yet. And this is also a mat. This is one of our journal boxes that is part of our mat pack as well. This is a mat that this photo is framed with, and this is a mat that this photo is framed with. The green background was pre-printed on the page. And these leaves are popped up with foam squares over here. I don't have any embellishments on this page. These pages that are in the center are, they contain the eulogy that was read by my husband at the service. And these are our 8.5 by 11 sleeves. And you might notice that they are actually a part of the album. I cannot pull on them and pull them out. That's because their hinges match the same measurements as the hinges on a 12 by 12 page, which enables you to incorporate them into your 12 by 12 album if you'd like to. Or you can put them into well, actually right now we don't have any other sized albums. So if you're going to use these in an album, you would likely use them in a 12 by 12 album like this. But they are perfect for adding memorabilia, as I have done here, which is just mounted on some designer cardstock that matches the collection I'm using. Or they are, I use them in my children's school books for their 8 by 10 photographs each year from school. They're perfect for that, and made out of the same protective plastic so that everything inside is nice and as protected as you can make it. They make a great way for adding memorabilia in between. All right, these pages, again, pre-printed here. There's an orange stripe that's pre-printed, and this wood grain is pre-printed. I added these leaves, and those are adhered to the page, and then Thankful, Grateful, Blessed is popped up with foam squares. I added these leaves and this leaf. Those are adhered to the page with no foam squares. And this is a mat. This pretty plaid that goes around here is a mat framing this picture of my mom and my daughter and I. This page is pretty much just the pre-printed page, this beautiful blue plaid and textured pattern. And then all I did was add a border sticker of these beautiful leaves all the way across, 2 border stickers, 1 on each page. And the rest of these are just photographs. On this page, I added this sticker, always something to be thankful for, that goes all the way up the left-hand side. I added this sticker with the dots and the spray of leaves that went right here. Everything else was pre-printed on the page. I also added a very tiny little mat behind my mother in this photograph. And the reason is because this is a picture of her pulling some flowers out of the spray that was designed to go on my father's casket. We saved those flowers and pressed them, and I went ahead and put those in an 8.5 by 11 sleeve right here as well. If you're going to do that, I would presume you've had experience with flowers and drying them and understanding how they work. Once they are dry enough and are not going to have moisture left in them, you can put them in these sleeves, But then I did run a little bit of adhesive right along the edge of the paper that comes inside the sleeve. It's the CM cardstock, a white piece of CM cardstock inside the sleeve. And I just ran a little bit of adhesive along the edge right here to adhere it to the front piece of the plastic, because as flowers do, they do break just a little bit. Some of the petals have come loose and are floating inside there. I didn't want to lose those. I also didn't want to leave a trail every time I moved this album. As you can see by my lifting it up, I can actually still put my fingers inside there. This plastic is not completely sealed, but it is sealed enough that it will hold in those flowers. All right. Here we go. So none of these, I beg your pardon. This picture down here has a mat from our mat pack underneath it. This was special, and I wanted to draw attention to my sister, my mom, my cousin, and I that are in this photo. This is cut out of a mat. This was a design that is on one of the mats in the mat pack, and I just took my scissors and fussy cut a little bit of a border all the way around it and used it as an embellishment. I tried to recreate it somewhat using a few leaves I had left in my embellishment pack over here, along with a tag that came in that same pack. And none of those are popped up with foam squares. They're just flush on the page. Everybody can expect to have flower arrangements and things like that they want to put in here. And I went ahead and glued in the cards that came with each of the floral arrangements that were sent. I also went ahead and added a couple of leaves up here just to bring some color over onto this page, because there's so much beautiful color over here from the flowers. Nothing's matted on this page, though. Everything is just photos or glued in. Again, one of the beautiful red pages, which I'm very drawn to. I have two mats on this page. They're both green, but neither one of them are like the other one. This one has a bit of a pattern on it. This one does not. There will be a lot of journaling on this page, because these were all things that were important to my dad and things he spent his time with and on. So that's what will be the main accent there. Let's see, there is a mat behind this photo, and there is a cut piece of designer paper behind this one. They do match as well as I could match them. Same design, same type of paper. I also used the blue designer paper to mat this journal box and this journal box, although this is the yellow and orange plaid that comes with the collection. And that also matches this mat that is over here, which is an actual mat from the mat pack. I think I probably should add a leaf or two on this page also, so I may come back and do that later. These are some of the cards that were sent from loved ones and friends. And I did glue or adhere these right to my page. They're not CM paper. They're not acid free probably, or archival safe papers, but I went ahead and just adhered them on here anyways. Stick that one down. And here is another card that was sent. These are some stickers that come in our pack. And this is part of a mat that the other half of that, one of the journal boxes that I used. And then this is the last entry. This was actually a Thanksgiving card from a dear friend, and along with some stickers down here. There are 2 pages left in this album, which I intend to use as we visit my dad's graveside in the coming years, just to go ahead and document that and include that in here as time progressives. And with your Fast and Fabulous album, you also get a package of page protectors. So as soon as I'm done journaling on these pages, I'll go back through and put these page protectors on, which will keep fingerprints off of the photos and enable people to enjoy this album for many years to come. Again, this all took approximately 5 hours to put together, and it'll take me a little bit longer to do the journaling, but not too long, probably maybe an hour in an afternoon. I'm one of those folks that really likes to just kind of find a good time when I'm quiet and the spirit is with me, and I can just sit and write out stories that are appropriate for the albums that I'm doing when it's time. But this album is ready to go, and we'll just wait for me to do that journaling. I hope you've enjoyed looking through this and seeing the benefits of using a Fast and Fabulous album. They can come together very, very quickly and provide you with many years of enjoyment and memories. And I hope you'll take the time to maybe explore your own memories by keeping them this way. Thanks so much for joining me, and you go ahead and have a great day, and don't forget to keep creating.